studio. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yeah, well, you a fella? I say you got me, man. That's all you have to say.
It's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story family studio. It's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story family studio. It's your boy Tim Snow.
Texas Prison Story Family Salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. If you watch the replay, come on and hit the thumbs up for me. Hit it right now. We appreciate it. All the chat. Much love. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that just actually hit the national news. Shocked me. I was sitting back watching, what was it, ABC National News earlier. And seen them talking about the penitentiary drone drops. I said, oh, man. The game just changed. You know what? They've been doing this for at least 10 years that I know about. They caught them in every facility, every place you can imagine. You know, it's nothing new, right? The prison authorities are well aware of it. They've basically been powerless to stop it. But something changed today, or they're attempting to change something, and we're going to talk about it. So let's get into it real quick. It's not going to be a long video, but we're going to get into it tonight.
Say drones are now being used to breach prison security across the U.S., flying over walls and fences to deliver contraband to inmates, everything from cigarettes to cell phones. And those phones now being used to scam women throughout the country. Here's ABC's Matt Rivers.
Tonight, it's a growing threat authorities are calling drone prison drops. Authorities say surveillance video showing drones operated by organized crime rings flying over prisons in Georgia and South Carolina, smuggling dangerous contraband. Police say drops like these have been linked to scam calls like this one.
Hello, this is Sergeant Christopher with the Potawatomi County Sheriff's Office.
This voicemail to an Iowa dentist claiming to be from the local sheriff's office.
I have some legal document that requires your immediate attention. So at your earliest convenience, contact me back.
But investigators say the person behind that voicemail is actually an inmate more than 1,000 miles away in Georgia. The inmate using phones delivered by drones to target women in healthcare across the U.S., according to court records obtained by ABC.
This was a very well-planned scheme. They were able to research people, find out about them, so they knew who to scam, who had money.
Police say the inmate then working with associates outside of prison to collect money from unsuspecting victims. In Georgia alone, 71 drone incidents last month alone, the most ever, a growing nationwide threat, say experts. And just this week in South Carolina, prison officials say they intercepted this steak and crab feast, along with cigarettes and marijuana delivered to inmates by drone.
When officials are asking Congress to support a pending bill that would allow these drones to legally be brought down. Right now, prison officials do not have that authority due to FAA restrictions.
So, yeah, check that out. They're literally, imagine this. Imagine you and your friends sitting on the prison rec yard. You're in your bunk, you're in the housing area, day room, and you're waiting on a shipment of crab legs and steaks to come through with some stuff to smoke. Man, that's the life right there, isn't it? I ain't gonna lie. Right now, I wish I could go outside my house and somebody just drop me some crab legs and steaks. Can't beat that. But like I said, this is nothing. It's nothing new, right? It's been happening for a long time. And we'll talk about some of the hilarious ones that I've seen before. But first, I want to say, did you see what they said? They're getting ready to change the laws to where they're going to shoot these things down. Imagine that. Imagine some redneck prison guards on top of the roof shooting at drones. Y'all think they'll be even be able to hit them? Or will they miss? Or what's going on? What they going to hit them with some buckshot? What's happening here? You know what it reminds me of, y'all? Y'all remember the old Superman movie where Lex Luthor had the helicopter come and pull him off the wreck yard? That's exactly what this reminds me of. Next, they're going to have some drones big enough to pick people up and take them out to prison, huh? So far, I've seen drone drops published online. This ain't me ratting or nothing else. This is media reports where they show them. It's where these cats, check this out. Look at that. That's real surveillance video right there of somebody waiting to catch it. Now, normally they come at night, right? It's not going to be something that just happens like that. Normally they're going to fly in at night, drop it to some set coordinates, and do all that. This guy right here, I don't know what they were thinking. They literally dropped theirs in the middle of the daytime, which is hilarious. But that's a real photo. It really is. Look. There goes another one. Look at all that coming in on one drop. You got bags of everything. What is it? I see some white powder on the top. Little jars of who knows what. Everything broke down individual. Get your money individually. All of that, right? We're talking about big business right here. And these guys are not going to stop. They're not going to stop. But the crazy part is they haven't been able to stop them yet. Whether it's crooked staff that knows it's coming in and they're not stopping, you know, they're not checking the rec yard or whatever. They caught one in Texas recently. And their answer to it was fire everybody that works outside. Whoever had a yard job, grass cutting, anything like that, they were fired. They didn't know what to do, didn't know who did it, and nobody told on anybody. But I'm going to tell you something. The funniest, craziest drop that I seen that they caught was an entire drone drop of sex toys. Like literally real life sex toys coming in through a drone. Can you imagine that? How much y'all think one of those is worth? Obviously, it was the smaller ones that resemble the female part, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to be too vulgar and get the video flag, but they're bringing in rubber fifis. I would assume one of them are probably worth $300-400 in there. You know, can you imagine Diddy on the rec yard getting some rubber fifis dropped in on him? It's hilarious. But they brought in, yeah, flashlights. Yep, Flames Charter, Smokey, 214. What's up, man? Amber, I see you. Wayne, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm sorry. Charles Foster. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button for me. But anyway, yeah, they're dropping in flashlights into the prison. They dropped in PlayStations, dropping in food. I seen one where they dropped in fully cooked barbecue. Imagine that. You know, Texas boys, hey, we love our barbecue. Coming in with a whole brisket getting dropped. Can you imagine how much a brisket sandwich goes for? And I wanted to talk about this a little bit though, because this is 99% inmates, right? We've been having this I don't want to call it that. We've been having this tidal wave of people on the internet and everywhere else 100% blaming the prison guards. I won't get into it. There's a million ways to get things in prison that don't involve a prison guard. You know, point blank period, right? It's not always the guards bringing things in. It's also creative inmates. You got men in there who have extremely high IQs. They got nothing to do but sit around and think of ways, and every drop probably make them $10,000-$20,000. There's videos on there where guys are playing PlayStations and Xboxes and everything else. How you think those come in? But what's crazy is once it just hit the national news, every politician in America just seen it. Every senator, every representative, every governor, everybody. So this problem is not going to be continued to be ignored. And they better be a lot more careful. I know that for sure. Because once it hits the news like this, it's embarrassing those people. And I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep it going. The only real solution I see is they're going to have to put nets all across the prison. And in states like Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, these places where they don't have a lot of funds, even Texas, you know, saying that they're always broke, don't have enough money for the prisons, even though we got billions of dollars surplus. They're not going to want to spend no money on this. They really ain't, but that's the only solution I can see. I don't know. Y'all can let me know in the comments how realistic you think they do to come net up 100 prisons in Texas and all over the country. But the shooting them down thing is what intrigued me. I can't even imagine it being easy to shoot a drone down. They're going to have to get some duck hunters. Maybe some boys that go pigeon shooting and duck hunting, or Something like that'll be able to do it, huh? Smokey said I seen prison yards with nets over it. You know, I know they can do it, but it's a hell of an undertaking. And it's gonna be doing that. Joe Hernandez. Yeah, that dude did about 20 of me. I think I'm his he's my biggest fan. I have more rainbow pictures drawn than me. I call that dude the rainbow artist, but we're off topic. The rainbow artist. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. This is crazy. I just know I wish when I was in prison I would have had one dropping to me. But I told the story when I was in Beaumont. A cat came over there. He got shipped from the low in Arkansas to the medium in Beaumont for getting caught with a drone drop. They were dropping in, I think, handballs. The drone would come and just drop in a bunch of handballs. Somebody told on them. They got caught. And when he got to Beaumont, he wanted to see if I would get my old lady to drop him in. And I told him, bro, she can't even drive a car without crashing. How the hell is she supposed to fly a drone? It didn't make no sense. All right, but it's a real thing. So y'all let me know in the comments, do you feel like this national news article is going to be a big deal? Like, is this going to institute some changes, some emergency situations, or they really just going to start shooting them down? They're going to have to start putting, what, guards on the roof, things like that, and surely the guards not going to be able to shoot down. Right, then I had to shoot up. Then how the hell are they even gonna know the drones are there? They come in almost silent. They don't have lights. So I mean, what are they gonna put radar systems on the prison? That don't sound realistic. I have seen some prisons they have what they call drone jammers, but they say they don't even work. Right, they have prisons with cell phone jammers, and the dude's still making calls on the internet. So we'll see how it goes. Wayne said the auto return drones these days. Bro, you know, all you got to do is type in the drone the coordinates where you want it to go and drop it. It's going to fly right over there, place it in a certain part of the wreck yard, and drop it in. Then hit auto return. It's coming right back to your car. So, I mean, I don't see that they're going to be able to do too much about this situation. I really don't. Except keep getting embarrassed. Like, they really just, I don't think they do either. Yeah, they're just going to keep getting embarrassed by the situation, not really be able to explain it. And it's something they really don't talk about too much. That's why it shocked me. Usually when you see these articles, they're in little small local newspapers. I never seen one in a nationwide paper. Never seen one on the national news or anything like that. So it kind of shocked me to see this today. But that's how things get attention. They get changed is by this. So for the men's sake on the inside, I hope it keeps going. I hate to see it because let me tell you something. Somebody I know did a Freedom of Information Request Act the other day. And it literally said that 59% of inmates were indigent. In Texas, in a state where they don't provide you with toothpaste, they don't provide you with deodorant, you get one roll of toilet paper per week, 59% of the people have $0. That means they have tablets they can't even use. They're having to bum hygiene, or they got to hustle, all right? Without the prison contraband economy, these guys will be dead. Imagine doing years and years in prison without a dollar, and they don't provide you with hygiene. They don't feed you good enough to survive without losing weight, and it's just necessary. Until they start providing a little bit better, actually feed these men, provide them with some deodorant and toothpaste, everybody's going to have to hustle. They're going to have to cook wine. They're going to have to sell whatever they can get, extort people, rob people. All this type of stuff is why everything goes on prison. They're not doing it in there for fun. They're doing it for survival. And you know, the number one instinct of any human, any animal is what? Survival. Put a cat with his back against the wall, that cat will scratch a dog up all day, right? So that's what they're doing. They're putting these humans in. I'm not taking up for inmates. You know, a lot of them deserve to be in there, right? But human nature, and think about what you would do if you were in that situation. Basically anything to survive, for real. So anyway, I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. Just want to do a short live and play the little news clip and show y'all what was going on. And we're going to pay attention to anything that changes. Any new legislation? More drones caught. They said they caught 71 in Georgia last month. They don't publish it in Texas when they catch them, but we know what's going on in Texas. We know it goes on in California, everywhere. They locate these prisons in remote areas. And people got plenty of places to lay. These drones fly for miles. They'll pull up on the side of the highway and drop them off. So we'll see how it goes. Y'all, appreciate y'all tapping in tonight. Sorry this is a short one. And we'll catch y'all later. Texas Prison Story family, salute. If you're watching the replay, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and hype the video. I'll catch y'all later.